Yeah, but it's been a good time. Good afternoon. Welcome to Wylde On Health, your weekly holistic prescription for living healthy naturally. We're all about improving your life, feeling better, and staying well now and into the future. At this point in time, I've got some very special guests with us today, and I'm going to introduce them. To my far right, we've got Sam Graci, and my close right, we've got Bruce Krahn. It is the undying question, folks. Which is most important for the best results in weight loss, diet or nutrition? We're going to talk about that today. Are you great in controlling diet but lousy at keeping up with exercise or a good exercise routine? You know, sometimes it's vice versa for some people. We've got two of you guys here with me today, and you know, I know you can answer almost to anything. So we're going to ask for a lot of our viewers and callers to call us up, and we're going to cover everything from diet and nutrition. Sam Graci is best known for a developer of Greens Plus. He's internationally renowned researcher and author of The Path to Health, Path to Phenomenal Health, in fact, and more recently, The Bone Building Solution. Bruce Krahn is a certified personal trainer, good friend of mine as well. You both are good friends of mine. Author of the best-selling book, The Fat Fighter Diet. He's a president of ebody.com, a website that delivers highly and specific personalized exercise and nutrition programs. When it comes to getting in shape and optimizing your health, these guys know what the answers are. And so once again, thank you guys for joining me on the show today.
Oh, thank you, Brad.
I've been spoiled too long.
You're the perfect example of optimum good health.
Well, I appreciate those comments. I got to tell you, I've been spoiled too long with a teleprompter, and ours just went down here, so forgive us. But call in. We have, the phone lines are going to be open in a couple of minutes here, and you know, call us up for anything to do with exercise and nutrition. We're talking all about energy. We're going to tie it in that way, how to lose weight effectively, how to get more energy through nutrition and exercise. So, gentlemen, again, thanks a lot for coming in. How did you guys meet, and how did you guys start working together? I'll hand it off to
well,
Sam.
Bruce, let's go back. Actually, I was in a gym doing push-ups, and I saw Bruce come walking by, and I said, Bruce, can you give me a hand? And he said, oh, do you need a hand to get up? I said, no. Will you sit in my back? I have another 20 to do. So that's how
Sitting on his back. Oh, yeah, that's nice of you. That's nice of you. Yeah, that's amazing. You know, and you guys go, you know, as far back as how long was it? How long ago did you guys meet?
Oh man, more than 10 years ago.
More than 10 years ago.
This gentleman has inspired much of the work that I've done. That's for sure.
Yeah, and I see that because he wrote an intro and a preamble to your book, The Fat Fighter Diet.
Absolutely.
It's quite moving. Sam, you've been in the industry for so long. You know, inspired so many people with nutrition. Of course, fitness has always been a part of your life. I understand that. You know, our good friend Bruce is obviously one of the experts in the field, and yours is nutrition. What inspired you to get into this industry in the first place?
Well, I began in the area of adolescent psychology, working with teens at high risk, and I realized that there were nutrients missing. That they just couldn't function mentally, emotionally, physically well, so they became antisocial. But when I made sure that they got those nutrients into their brain and their brain operated well, I noticed that the chip came off their shoulder, their skin looked a little better, their hair, they had more confidence, they had more self-esteem, etc., and so they could handle the world better. So it got me into trying to understand, what is that food-mood connection? What is that food-weight connection? What is the connection between food and wellness? So that was 25 years ago, and I started to research with Dr. Linus Pauling, the vitamin C pioneer, and Dr. Abram Hoffer, a Canadian psychiatrist then at the University of Saskatchewan, and they became my mentors because they were elders who wanted to get answers. They didn't necessarily need to commercially be advanced by it, and so that got me ignited, and 25 years later, here we are still uncovering all those fine answers. And putting science to it all, too, which I totally, and wholeheartedly respect as well. We talk about this idea of elders, and I think it's important to talk about this very briefly here at least. The idea that we need people to look up to, and we should learn from elders. Talk to me a little bit about that. Well, I think the average person ends up becoming a rapidly aging senior, and so the work that I do, I try to really encourage people, do not become a rapidly aging senior. Become a wise elder. Be healthy and vibrant. Be independent in our 70s, 80s, and 90s, so that we're able to give our wisdom and our knowledge back. Our parents and our grandparents had wisdom. We have knowledge. We have to regain wisdom and apply it to our life. Simple little principles. Laughter is the best medicine. For instance, simple little things like that they understood, that we have to bring back into the modern context of living, because to be healthy, it's mentally, physically, emotionally, and psychologically or spiritually. We have to bring all those components into focus. The age-old adage holds true, absolutely. Bruce Krahn, author of The Fat Fighter Diet, and what an incredible book. It's highly motivational to me as well. I contributed a little bit to it. You contributed to mine, The Antioxidant Prescription. Which is a remarkable book. Thank you. Thank you for that very much. Thanks for that. I enjoyed it very much. Appreciate that. What got you into the industry? I mean, what inspired you to get into the fitness and training industry?
Well, really, actually, I think it was my older brother. When I was very, very young, and he was into working out and stuff, and he was getting all buff, and I was inspired to go and pick up some weights and see what this was all about. I think like lots of young adolescent males, we want to improve our physical appearance.
Sure.
So it got me into that route, and then I quickly, after a few years of doing that, I kind of saw that, you know, this pursuit just for the aesthetic was somewhat empty, and that you have to look at this from more of a holistic perspective.
Absolutely.
It helps that I'm married to a nutritionist as well, and I've been shown the light that it's a combination, that it has to be taken from a holistic approach, that it's not just about the aesthetic, it's about how, you know, you feel mentally, emotionally, and certainly, I mean, nutritionally. It's so important.
And having mentors, and I'm sure your wife somehow falls into that as well, your brother obviously, and Sam serves that way for us as well. And the importance of that, what is your opinion on the importance of actually finding a mentor, somebody to follow, guide you in the right direction?
I think this is one of the single most important secrets to success, is that if you want to achieve something, look to someone who has that which you want to achieve and do what they did to get it. And this is, modeling is an age-old principle that will work time and time again. Do what they did, you can expect to see the same things.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. Let's toy with this idea before going to break. And it probably sounds like rhetoric to a lot of people, but let's have fun with it quickly. Nutrition or exercise? I mean, here's our nutrition guru, here's our exercise guru. What's more important if you're going to get on the right path to health?
Research done at McMaster University in Ontario here, Hamilton, Ontario, showed that there's nothing more predictable or measurable than exercise originally. So exercise has a greater impact. Nutrition takes a little while for the science to show. We have to have a little belief, we have to stay in the system. But when we combine the two, you can get immediate results with exercise, and within a few weeks you can get the results from nutrition and diet. So we have to have the faith in both. But immediately, the results on our skin, our hair, our energy, our strength, our ability to move, to function, our mobility, comes from exercise.
Interesting point.
Absolutely. Interesting
point. And do you follow? Did you agree with that? I mean, you must agree with it. You know, to some huge degree, you agree with it.
Absolutely. I mean, for sure, there's an absolute truth to that. But there's also an old saying that comes from back in my bodybuilding days, was that you cannot out-train a bad diet. So if your diet is really nasty, no matter how much exercise you do, you're just not going to see the... And I'm talking more from an aesthetic standpoint, but those immediate benefits, you want to feel better instantly, you want to feel better tomorrow, you want to feel better in 10 minutes, make a better food choice today, like right now when you're eating dinner.
Absolutely. Isn't this interesting? The nutritionist endorsing wholeheartedly exercise, and I know you eat so super clean. I mean, you know, we share all kinds of anecdotes.
But I mentioned, I was just flying from Montreal to Vancouver on a flight, and next to me was a CFL lineman who just retired, who's a color commentator now for CFL football games. And he's young, and he retired, and I said, why? And he said he just didn't have it. And I'm looking at him. He's 6'4", he's got a 33-inch waist. He looked dynamic. But he failed to put the nutritional component in, and he ran out of gas. He had the physical hardware,
and I've spoken to so many athletes like that.
So many athletes.
I've spoken to so many people like that. We're going to go to break. So we want to hear with you, and here's how you can reach us tonight. You can phone us at 416-872-CP24 from outside the GTA. It's a toll-free call at 1-888-8